Caitlin Polka could fly. Well, on stage, that is. We all have to pass at some point. No one is unique in death. But what makes us special is the way that we live our lives, the people we meet along the way, and the legacy we leave behind. Now, today we lose a respected member of the community, Caitlin Polka. Some of us knew her for longer, some of us for shorter. I was fortunate to know Caitlin for 21 years, and in that time we shared many things. But most of all, I know that she would have been honored to see each and every one of you, and to know that you cared about her. Now, I know your hearts are saddened by the news of Caitlin's passing, but today is a day to focus on her life, because without life, we wouldn't know about death, and without death, we could not know about life. Now, Caitlin knew some of us from the arts community, where she devoted so much of her time. Some of us she knew because we were family, and some of us she knew simply because she wanted to get to know us. Caitlin displayed passion and persistence. Her life reflected her joy in the arts community and the family she loved. She also had many challenges that she overcame along the way. One of those challenges was incorporating theater into her busy life. Now, Caitlin was very involved in the theater. Even as a young age, Caitlin displayed a crazy amount of love for dance and theater. She would dress up with her grandma and perform stage adaptations of her favorite movies. Caitlin's mom said in an interview that Caitlin always wanted to dress up. She had every costume that they could afford. Now, Caitlin's parents did try their best to support her interests. They signed her up for all sorts of classes, they paid for dance classes, and they encouraged her to participate in school shows up through high school. And then, when Caitlin was 18, she auditioned for WIU's BFA in musical theater program, and she got in. And Caitlin spent 2 years in that program. Jessie Wilson said that she brought something very special to the program. Caitlin clearly loved what she did and wanted to go far. And then, while Caitlin was in school, she spent her summers doing exactly the same thing at Starlight Theater, where she performed in many shows, and she absolutely loved it. Now, she did really learn how to fly. Like I said earlier, she was in a show called Angel, where she had to go to Kentucky to train, and she was so excited. I remember that. Now, Caitlin loved one thing more than her passion for the arts, and that was her family. Caitlin's family meant the world to her, and she always did the best to encourage herself, but her family did even better. Now, Caitlin became a mother at a very young age, and that forced her to give up many things. She had a son at the age of 21, and she dropped out of her musical theater program because she loved him so much and she wanted to get a more stable career. She moved closer to family so that her son would grow up in a place where he was so loved and appreciated. And there, Caitlin made much stronger connections with her family. She was so happy she moved there. Her sister Chloe said that Caitlin was finally there to help me through high school. Having her home made this family feel complete again. And her boyfriend and father of her child said that she was always able to find a new appreciation for what they had done for her because she had to give up so much for her son. Now, in addition to her blood family, her son, her parents, Caitlin considered many friends to be a part of her family. Her friend Brianna Otto specifically said that I was always Auntie Brie, and that was true. Caitlin loved Brianna, and she considered her a sister. Caitlin's love for family drove her to fight for them. She was always willing to make sacrifices for those that she loved. When Aiden was 6 months old, she went back to school so that she would be able to provide for him, and she never regretted it. Caitlin's friends and family helped her because she had to work to pay bills and didn't have the finances for daycare, so she had to schedule everything very carefully. Caitlin's friends and family supported her while she was in school, and her mom would babysit when Caitlin had class. Caitlin's friends gave her emotional support and encouragement and helped her to get her degree. Now, we know that we've lost an incredible person. Caitlin wasn't perfect, but she made the best out of her circumstances. Caitlin lived her passions, and her passions lived a life of their own. She followed her dreams, and then as her dreams evolved, she followed what she believed at that point. Caitlin was so proud of her son, and she went with it. As a young adult, she wanted to act. As a mother, she wanted to love, and she did. Caitlin may not have lived the life she expected, but she had no regrets. And it is my sincere hope that just as she danced in life, she's going to wait for us all and dance in the stars.